we're going way back. I'm dressed in a typical field outfit for working with the Guacamayeros of the Peruvian Amazon. So I did my master's field work for an international development thesis, which I can talk about at the end, with a conservation biology project called Tambopata Macaw Project in the Peruvian Amazon. I did 4 months of field work in 2009, and I went back for another 2 months this last January and February. So I'm breaking it down for Roswell because he said I used 4 words he'd never heard of when I first introduced this topic. So topic, Tambopata, a province in southeastern Peru. Here we have Tambopata. Here we have the Tambopata Research Center where the field site happens. We've got high parrot abundance. We've got lots of rainfall every year. And here's some pictures. This is the river. We've got little islands that form in the river. We've got views of the canopy looking down to the forest floor. We've got these things that are called clay licks along the banks of the river, and all these macaws flying above the sky. And then up here we have the Tambopata Macaw Center here, the research center, with one of the wild hand-raised birds sitting on the fence. So, macaw, second word, macaw, largest bird in the parrot family. Known for their strong, mobile beaks. They've got a double tendon jaw, take your finger off. They've got these cool toes, zygaldactyl, 2 front, 2 back. So those 2 things make a parrot here, right? Big parrot, called scarlet macaw. Then we've got project. I thought I'd get real basic here for Roswell. A collaborative enterprise frequently involving research or design that is carefully planned to achieve a particular aim. And here we have a picture of one of the lead researchers and one of the guides at the research center who works for the tourism company that was founded by the original researchers, taking data on a chick. She's measuring the chick's beak. Another collaborator in this enterprise, Rainforest Expeditions, was founded by some of the original researchers. They needed ongoing money, right? Any project, you run out of money, that's the problem. So they used tourism to support the project. Here we've got tourists on a boat going up the river. The research center is 8 hours by boat from the Puerto Maldonado, which is the district capital. Then we've got another collaborator, the volunteers, which are the ones called the Guacamayeros. So in Spanish, macaw is guacamayo. So we have this made-up word. That was one made-up word, Guacamayeros, the people that work on the project. And they come from all over the country. They come from all over the world, 6 different continents. And they've donated hundreds of thousands of hours of labor to this project over the last 20 years. So the aims of the project, research to understand the species. 20 years ago, almost nothing was known about macaws. Also, they want to not just understand why are these birds in danger, they want to address the problems with these birds. What can we do to help them? And capacity building of scientists. So why do we care about parrots? Well, macaws are the most highly endangered group of large birds in the world. So we've got bad, red is bad, critically endangered, extinct in the wild. So this is a very large, significant group of birds which is highly endangered. So that's why we care about conserving them. So why are they endangered? We have here a picture of a yellow and blue macaw looking very sadly down at a tree that's been cut down. So of course, habitat loss, deforestation, one of the big ones for almost all endangered species, right? Looking very sadly there. My nest site is now gone because the tree got chopped down. So the other 2 causes, hunting and the illegal pet trade. And the illegal pet trade also damages nesting sites because they tend to chop down the tree, boom, and then they get the chicks out if they aren't dead, and then they put the chicks into these little PVC tubes and they ship them somewhere else in the world so that a nice rich European or American can buy them, and they're dead by the time they get there usually. So what are they doing? They are going to this place called the Kulpa, the clay lick, and the birds are eating dirt. I think that was a theme in the Mars presentation last week. So all these birds are on the clay lick and they're eating the dirt, and these scientists are just watching and counting how many birds are there, what time of the year are they there, what are the trends, what are the differences. One of the more exciting activities, tree climbing. So here we have a guy from Manu National Park. He's a native from the Mairakairi tribe. He was getting trained in all these techniques, and he was going to take those techniques back to his project and start a tree climbing project there. And here we have me climbing up 30 meters high to where the artificial nests are. So when you get up there, what you have is this thing, PVC tube. And you might have some angry looking parents. This is the director of the project being attacked by a bird. And here we have a picture I took in January of a nest called Wairanga. And there's a little baby chick I just took out of the nest and put it in the bucket. So these artificial nests address the fact that there's a shortage of housing for the birds. So they nest in these artificial nests, and it makes it easy for the researchers to take them out, put them down, figure out what's going on, measure them, weigh them. So we have some different stages of growth. Here you've got 2 chicks from that nest, Wairanga.
The big one is actually the second chick born, and the first one, the parents stopped feeding. So usually one of the chicks dies. So to address this problem, they did experimental techniques with hand-raising birds. And they took them out of the nest when they knew they were about to starve to death, and they hand-raised them. Here's a picture of them feeding a bunch of macaws that are about ready to fledge. Those are probably about 75, 80-day-old birds, about the size of a real macaw. And those birds are called the chicos, and they come back to the lodge to visit people. Here we have one of the chicos with a forester who's a Peruvian, also a veterinarian who's a Peruvian. So the volunteers are being trained, and they're usually young scientists. A lot of them are Peruvian, many of them from around the world. Nancy's an amazing veterinarian. So this whole thing, like I said, I was doing not a biology degree, I was doing a development degree. And I got really frustrated with the whole fact that the development really means human development usually. We don't care about any other creature unless it serves us. So I said, there's gotta be a form of development that's geared towards other species and has benefits for humans as a side effect. And that's what happens in the Macaw project. You've got taking care of the birds, and you've got tourism in order to fund the birds. You've got the birds sort of helping tourism because it's cool for the tourists. And you've got the volunteers who are getting a lot of capacity building. And you've got the guides from the tourist company who are getting trained. So they're getting scientific training. So you've got this whole thing, and it's all about the birds, but people benefit as a side effect. And if you are interested, and if you want to be a guacamayero, you can go to this website, and there's always work to be done, 365 days a year. Get up at 4:30 in the morning, go get rained on, climb trees. It's really fun. It's a lot of work, and a lot of work needs to be done. So ask me if you have questions, go to the website, volunteer. It's good fun.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Where are you going? Can you model this outfit for us a little bit more? What is going on this body of yours?
Okay, so what's going on? We've got rubber boots, right? You aren't going to be traipsing through the jungle in flip-flops. You'll fly off, fall down. You don't want to have too much exposed skin, right? Lots and lots of mosquitoes. But of course, the climate is like here, so it's not comfortable. You're completely sweaty all the time. I didn't actually put on the rain poncho, but I should have put that on because that's really the most uncomfortable part when you're sweating. Imagine wearing a rain poncho all the time in this climate. Then we've got binoculars. Of course, you don't want to have your hair up and get caught in one of those ascenders while you're climbing and get scalped, essentially. So, you know, things like that. And your glasses, because I actually discovered I needed glasses when I was there because I couldn't see the birds, and I was like, headaches, and then that's how I got my glasses.
And this must be like the world's largest fanny pack,
Oh, yeah, this is LL Bean. You know, if you're
LL Bean, whoa.
If you're hiking in the jungle, you know, 5 kilometers, go to a nest. You're gonna bring your water. You gotta bring your other things that you need. So.
Any questions for Liz? Back there. Why do macaws eat what? Dirt.
Dirt. Okay, geophagy. The eating of dirt is common in lots of species, known in humans, other kinds of mammals as well. One of the questions that the Macaw Project has sought to answer over the past 20 years is this question of why are they eating the dirt? There's 2 theories. One theory is that they eat the dirt and it binds to toxic foods which they ingest, and then when they emit those foods, the toxins go with the poop. But that theory didn't really make sense to the researchers in Tambopata, and they started to map where licks are used, because macaws occur in lots of places, but this feeding behavior does not occur in lots of places. And what they found is that macaws use clay licks, and they also use other high sodium sources like palms and mineral waters in places where there's a low sodium content in the plant life. So this is on the other side of the Andes, in the Amazon, where there's not a lot of salt in the plants. So the researchers are pretty much 90% sure. There are still some people publishing on the other theory, but they think it's for sodium.
All right, that was a very nerdy answer. Thank you very much, Liz. We gotta move on because we got 2 more speakers tonight.